खत्म हो गए क्या? लड़कियों वाले कैरेक्टर कर रहा है आजकल।
क्या सवाल? हाँ, कैमरा बंद करो। What is this? Huh?
Hey, everybody, this is Erico. I hope you guys are doing well. The weather is once again going through this weird meltdown. It was feeling like spring going into summer. Now it feels like winter going into the dead of winter. I cannot handle this. I cannot deal with this. I'm not happy. Then it started raining and it made everything worse. Hope you guys are warm. Hope you guys are feeling some type of sense of summer wherever you are, because right now I am not. And this is not amusing at all. However, what else is not very amusing either is that we still have issues with China, and China planning their low-key world domination, not only just out in the street, but also online. And there is still so many problematic things that are going on here. We have Pakistan and India who are going at it, and actually China does have relations with Pakistan. And it has a lot to do, once again, like with all these wars that always happen. It's always claim to some land, claim to some oil, claim to something. Someone is always trying to overthrow someone else. Someone always wants some type of piece of the pie, but instead of actually taking the piece of the pie, they want the whole pie. So what is happening here is that there is land that India is claiming that is theirs, that Pakistan is claiming that is theirs. It's such a beautiful place, and there are people that are involved, and they are like, oh, oh, because like right now there's war that is happening, and it all started where a town was just bombarded. And it just went from there. It didn't help that there's been tension for years and years and years. But now this has really come to a head. And China's involvement in this, as you might ask, like, what does China have to do with this whole thing that is going on? Well, they're on the side of Pakistan. And Pakistan has been using their war weapons, most notably the fighter jet. So they have this jet that they have rectified, refined, and China is very proud of this jet. And Pakistan has used it in this war against India. On India's side, they have their own fighter jet called the Rafale, which was created by France and also has European origins. And they've also refined this fighter jet as well. One seater, there's supposed to be satellites, laser targets, bombs, everything that you would think like, oh, okay, China doesn't stand a chance. Okay, China, get ready. Be ready to hold on to your seats. But no, news came out that actually Pakistan shot Raphael right out the air. Kaboom, crash, burned. Ah! Yeah. So there's pictures of the rubble. China has been just on one. India is like, Pakistan is like. So this leads to a discussion on social media. Mind you, China and the government officials have not said anything about any of this. They've been very, 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 very quiet. Where it's just like, deflection. We don't know. La di da da da. We don't see anything. Yeah, that might have been our new technology creation war weapon. It might not have been. You all didn't see anything. And then there's India, who is like, okay, we have to take this loss. But you think that it would just be like, okay, it is what it is, right? No. China as a society, I'm not going to say all, because I'm sure it's not all, but social media and them being nationalistic and having pride for China, caused the whole discourse online where it also awakened this troll who I felt like should have stayed asleep but woke up from a long slumber of a nap, and his name is Brother How. So Brother How was very extremely problematic. He is known for remixing people's traditional songs from their culture as well as making fun of other people's cultures, doing gag videos, comedy videos, and Chinese people on social media laugh at him and think that he's funny. I watched some of his content. I did not laugh once. Taking out the problematic stuff out of it, he's just not funny to me. Like, I watched it, I was like, if you like it, I love it. If this is your thing. But it all aids into this nationalistic attitude and personality that some Chinese people have. So they found out that their fighter jet that Pakistan used shot India's French fighter jet out of the air, and they were rejoicing. They were very happy, and Brother How decided he wanted to be the spokesperson, so he made this whole video. The video is just so out of pocket, so disgusting, so just why? You just look at stuff and you're like, why? It shows him, he goes and he paints his face brown, and he starts remixing the Indian people's cultural dance, has on the garb, they're dancing and all of that. They're like, oh yeah, basically, nah, we shot down your jet. You all thought that you were gonna do something and you didn't do anything. All hell Pakistan, we're so happy for you. Ugh. I don't know. I don't understand people. Like, I look at this and I'm just like, this makes me like hate the world because it's just like, well, why? And this isn't the first time he's done this. He's been doing these videos. And there was a headline, they were saying like, oh, he's in blackface. Okay, so I have something to say about this. That's not blackface. Black people had nothing to do with this. That is him mocking Indian people. Indian people don't consider themselves to be black. Indian people are of a darker hue, but they do not consider themselves to be black. So when I saw the headline talk about blackface, no, don't do that. Don't try to virtual signal black people into this, because I guess it's a form of a minstrel show, but it's not directed toward my race. So it's like that wouldn't apply. It is a mockery of Indian culture, Indian people. It's one thing for you to have pride in your nation and your culture and your people. There's another thing to be blatantly disrespectful and to mock someone else's culture and their appearance and their traditional clothing. It was not necessary at all, and it's a bad look. And I know that not all Chinese people on the mainland feel like this, but still, just to have this plastered all over the news and out in the center during this moment of tension between India and Pakistan overall is not a good idea. It does not matter if it's for comedic purposes. It doesn't matter if people were just like, well, this is how we feel, and I don't know if they're trying to say that Indian people did something to them. Meanwhile, in the midst of this war, we have innocent people who are being hurt, who are losing their resources, that are losing their lives, and they're just trying to live, and it's this whole conflict of who gets the land, who doesn't get the land, and China is on the side of Pakistan. It's just so sad to me. And this video just shows so much ignorance to the overall problem that is going on here. And to see it happen so blatantly makes me lose faith in some people in the world. Because it's just like, this was not necessary at all. And to have Chinese officials come out and say, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's just a joke. Or he's just, it's Chinese people just being Chinese people. And I hope there are Chinese people that are seeing this and are like, that's not us. That's not what we represent. That's not our mindset. Because if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't like if Indian people went and took tape and squunched their eyes up and started dancing around in their traditional clothing and started talking about rice and dumplings. They wouldn't like it. They would be on the social media ranting and raging and being upset. So in this situation too, nobody should be making fun of anybody's culture. Nobody should be mocking anybody's culture. Now they could have the right to be like, oh yeah, we worked really hard. This new technology that went into that fighter jet took down the Raphael from France. Okay, you all have a right to feel that way. But this video is just disgusting to me. Brother How and his YouTube channel is disgusting to me. The whole premise of it is disgusting. The people that are involved in it, you all are part of a disgusting act. You are hurting people. You are making people feel less than. And it's sad that there are many Chinese people that don't care. It all just is out on the table, and it's just showing like there's so many ignorant people in this world, and that as long as it's not being done to your people, it's like, well, whatever it is, what it is. And it does make me feel just very disheartened, just looking at everything that is happening here, because he wouldn't want this to be his culture. He wouldn't want it at all. And he does do kind of gag videos on Chinese people too. I have seen those videos. However, you know how mainland China is. They will censor you, delete, take you down in a second. So, you can only do so much. Like, as long as it's for, like, nationalism in China, they're okay with it. Like, the authorities will look the other way. Even though I feel like the authorities should have taken down this video. But obviously, the Chinese government and the people do not care about people as far as their culture and them as just existing. It's okay to go and just mock somebody's skin tone. It's okay to go and mock somebody's cultural garb and their songs and ooh. Like, I felt bad even giving this video a view or even like researching this, because it's like, get this away from me. Like, this is just, it's foul. Like, it's so foul to me. You guys, this is a whole lot to think about. How do you feel about this whole thing? How do you feel about being very nationalistic toward your said country? I will say this as my parting words. I do understand Chinese people being defensive in a way, because especially what happened with Donald Trump and the people that are representing Trump and them calling them peasants. I get that. And what's happening at this moment is that there are a lot of Chinese people and a lot of people in China. The gears are turning in their head with the tariffs and everything, and they're thinking of how to overthrow, how to come out on top. There's also a lot of vengeance as well right now. So this is all to look out for, and I get it in a way. Even though, like I said, video was completely disrespectful. So disrespectful. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also a blog, Research about culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real. And I will always be back. Thank you guys for watching. Put below how you feel in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video.